Yesterday, we also told you how Bank of China now owns a sizable stake in Norway's biggest airline. The Bank of China is one of the big four banks in China. It is state-owned, it is flush with cash. The Bank of China owns a Singapore-based company, BOC Aviation. That's the name of the company. This company lends aircraft to airlines the world over. And the same company now owns a chunk of Norwegian Air. But this story is much bigger. It spreads way beyond Norway. The global airline industry is in turmoil. It is in a deep crisis. This pandemic has led to a hard landing of some of the biggest airlines in the world. They face the risk of going bankrupt. Because their planes remain grounded, income has stopped, but expenses continue. One company is not struggling though. China-owned BOC Aviation. In fact, it's flying high, striking deals left, right and center. BOC has struck around $5.5 billion worth of deals with America's leading airlines like Southwest and United Airlines. Reports say the entire fleet of BOC is on lease. It's capitalizing on the current crisis. As of December 31st last year, the company had a net book value of $16.9 billion. The book value represents the worth of a company if all its assets are sold and liabilities are paid back. Now, the company has a fleet of 567 planes, plus a $2 billion funding line from the Bank of China. And now this company is using this pile of cash to get more planes in its fleet and winning more clients in the process. BOC has picked up more than 12% of Norwegian Air. The Norwegian carrier had leased planes from this Chinese company. Those lease obligations were converted into equity shares. The Bank of China controls BOC through a complex web of companies. Ultimately, it's the Chinese government that stands to gain. It is making most of this chaos, picking up more deals and acquisitions in some of the most disturbed sectors. So India is stepping up scrutiny on Chinese cash. After the new FDI rules, which we told you about, India will now check foreign portfolio investors or FPIs. What are these? These are basically overseas investors. People or institutions who invest in securities and financial assets, FPIs. India wants to keep a check on FPIs from China and Hong Kong. Reports say the government could set up a body to scrutinize new FPI registrations. This comes after India introduced a new layer of rules for Chinese investments. They will have to be first approved by the government now. The threat of hostile takeovers from China is very real. And India is now plugging the loopholes in laws to protect Indian businesses. Earlier this week, the German government gave itself new powers, something that would allow them to veto hostile foreign takeover bids in healthcare. The measure was adopted during a cabinet meeting. Now, Germany says these measures will help in ensuring continuous supply of viral medical products during the pandemic. Under the new rules, the German government can block investors from outside the European Union, those who are trying to buy German firms. Firms that make vaccines, protective equipment, ventilators, medicines, or other supplies. Germany has been proactive in tackling the threat of foreign takeovers. Other countries may want to take note and shore up their defenses.